The member from Perth-Wellington.
Thank you, Speaker. My question is for the Premier. Premier, last week a group of Ontario standardbred horse breeders filed a statement of claim against OLG in the province. The lawsuit states that the cancellation of SARP was made with no prior consultation or offer of compensation. It's true, and it's what we've been saying all along. Your government's conduct towards the industry is inexcusable. The NDP's indifference by allowing the 2012 budget to pass is inexcusable.
That's right.
I ask the Premier, why should it take a lawsuit to force you and the NDP to pay attention?
That's right. Yeah.
Very much, Mr. Speaker, and I cannot speak to an ongoing legal situation, Mr. Speaker, and I won't do that. But I can say to the member opposite that my record on the horse racing industry, Mr. Speaker, is very, very successful. The Alliance Circuit, Mr. Speaker, and this is 8 tracks: Woodbine, Mohawk, Flamborough Downs, Georgian Downs, Western Fair, Clinton, Hanover, Grand River, all have funding plans, Mr. Speaker. They all have a strategy in place and a funding plan in place. Fort Erie has a funding plan. Rideau Carleton, there is a conversation ongoing. Ajax has a funding plan, Mr. Speaker, and Sudbury, Kawartha, Dresden, Hiawatha, and Leamington are still in negotiation, Mr. Speaker. So we are very pleased at the progress that we've made, Mr. Speaker. I've made it clear that the integration of horse racing with the gaming industry is what needs to happen, and that is underway, Mr. Speaker, and those tracks will have a 2014 season. That's a success, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you. Supplementary.
Thank you, Speaker. Well, Speaker, I've spoken to leaders in the industry, and they tell me the Premier's spin is completely at odds with reality.
Yep.
It's not up to the courts to sort this out. It's up to you, because you and the NDP made the mess. You need to clean it up. We have called for an immediate and permanent end to your so-called modernization plan that would build 29 new casinos while putting even more of the horse racing industry out of business. We would also re-establish a workable, transparent, and affordable slots at racetracks program. Why won't you?
Here.
Consider, please. Consider, please. Thank you. Premier.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Well, the opposition is advocating for a return to a program that was not transparent, Mr. Speaker, that was not working, and I think he knows perfectly well that John Snoblin and Albert Buchanan and John Wilkinson worked to put together a plan that would be transparent, that would focus on the industry, Mr. Speaker, and would allow for the integration of gaming and the horse racing industry. So, as I said, Mr. Speaker, the 8 tracks in the Alliance Circuit all have a plan, Mr. Speaker, for going forward. We're still in negotiation with some of the other tracks, but Mr. Speaker, I'm very confident that the $400 million over the next 5 years that we are investing in horse racing is going to allow the horse racing industry in Ontario to thrive, Mr. Speaker, and will not, as the opposition would suggest, return us to a non-transparent and unaccountable plan.
Thank you. Your question.